Capital One and debit cards, what's the deal? Ever stared down a Capital One bill wondering, can I just use my debit card for this? I've been there. We all love the convenience of swiping plastic, but debit cards and credit cards function differently. So, can you ditch the credit card shuffle and pay Capital One with your trusty debit friend? Let's dive in. The debit card dilemma. First things first, debit cards directly access the funds in your checking account. It's like carrying a mini ATM around. This is fantastic for budgeting and staying on top of your spending. But here's the catch, Capital One, like most credit card issuers, doesn't accept direct debit card payments. Bummer, right? Why no direct debit love? There are a few reasons behind this. Credit cards offer a line of credit, essentially a short-term loan from the issuer. Capital One makes money on interest when you carry a balance. Debit cards, on the other hand, don't offer that sweet, but potentially dangerous, credit temptation. There's also the processing fee side of things. Capital One likely shoulders transaction fees for credit card payments, which might not be as cost-effective for debit card transactions. Workarounds, turning your debit card into a credit card payment hero. So, we can't directly swipe that debit card, but there are ways to get those sweet debit card funds to your Capital One bill. Here are your top options. The classic ACH transfer. This fancy term simply means an electronic transfer from your checking account to Capital One. Most banks offer free ACH transfers through online banking or their mobile apps. You'll need your Capital One account information and your bank's routing number, that long string of digits that identifies your bank. ACH transfers are generally pretty quick, taking 1 to 3 business days to process. Phone a friend. Capital One, you can also make a payment over the phone using your checking account information. Just call the number on the back of your Capital One card and follow the prompts. This is a convenient option, but there might be a fee associated with phone payments, so check with Capital One beforehand. Third-party power. Retailers like 7-Eleven and Kroger offer bill payment services, often including Capital One. You can usually use your debit card at these stores to pay your bill. However, be aware of potential fees from both Capital One and the retailer. Convenience comes at a cost sometimes. The old-fashioned check. While checks might seem ancient in our digital age, they're still a valid option. You can mail a check from your checking account to Capital One. Just factor in mailing time to ensure your payment arrives before the due date. Choosing your debit card payment path. Alright, so you've got options. The best choice depends on your priorities. Need speed? ACH transfer is your champion. Prefer the phone? Call Capital One directly, but watch out for fees. Third-party payment services offer convenience, but again, fees might lurk. And for the traditionalists, the trusty check is always there. Bonus tip, embrace autopay. No matter your payment method, consider setting up autopay. This ensures your bill gets paid on time, every time, avoiding late fees and potential credit score damage. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.